Today on Suncoast View, bummed at the beaches as holiday travelers leave trash behind. But is it as bad as before?
Fashions from a Suncoast designer are popping up in boutiques all across the country. Today we'll talk to the woman behind Camel and Beth line and a preview of their summer looks.
Plus songs from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s with Decades Rewind. And we preview the Players Theater kids. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our friend Jeffrey King.
Yay! Oh, it's great having you here.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share my day with you.
What a day it is! Happy birthday! Yay!
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know, and what an exciting birthday, because you let us on to the fact that all the fireworks that we saw yesterday
Yes.
were for you.
In your celebration.
They are for me. Yes.
Now, tell us why you love fireworks.
I am like an aficionado, a fireworks junkie, mainly because when I was from very, very young age, my parents would always say, when there was fireworks happening, look, honey, those are for you, those are for you. So even at this
So you believe the lie.
ripe old age,
That's a great parent line.
At this ripe old age, I still sit there, 53. I sit there and I watch fireworks, and part of me hears my parents and hears that and hear that
I love
they're for me.
That's
So
a great parent line. It really is. Every 4th of July, it was all because of you.
those are for you, honey.
I
Those
love
are all
it.
for
Well, born
you.
on the
I love
5th of
this
July
tie.
is
Look
good.
at his tie. He's got
Thank
a
you.
Cancer tie on.
Yep, blue skies and crabs and stars. Yes.
My birthday's next Tuesday, so we were almost twins.
This is why we get along
guys
so
get
well.
along?
Yes,
it's
it
the
is.
Cancerian thing.
We see the world through the same colored glasses.
We're both weird that way. Yes, there's
I would wear that tie.
You're not weird.
Not weird at all. Well, happy
Cancerians.
birthday. We're
Yes.
glad you're celebrating
lovely.
with us. And
Thank you.
in my neighborhood, there'll likely be fireworks again tonight for
Yeah,
you.
for your birthday.
I will enjoy those as well.
I'll think of you when they keep me up again.
Thank you.
All right, let's see who is in the kitchen today. We welcome back Chef Rocky from Yo Sushi. Great to see you, Chef.
Konbanwa. How are we today?
Same to you.
Happy 4th Suncoast.
What are we making today?
We're going to be making a shrimp yakisoba noodles with a homemade yakisoba sauce.
Okay, can you define yaki for us?
Yakisoba is just basically like a noodle dish with some julienne vegetables and a really rich umami sauce that's got a garlic ginger flavor profile to it, like the theme I've been working with.
All right.
Did you say you were related to Marilyn Monroe?
Yes, it's a family secret. My great-grandfather's brother was her illegitimate father.
Wow.
The last name Mortensen.
Congratulations.
So we've concluded that's a second cousin twice removed.
Well, it's not really a secret anymore, but yeah, it sounds about right.
I guessed at that, but I thought it sounded good too.
That's good. You never know what you're going to learn about people.
Who you're going to meet.
That's right.
To you. Yes. Sorry.
Moving right on. Bart, come on. It is time for our first hot topic, and it is the day after a holiday. Our beaches are once again trashy. Despite huge crowds, the county says Siesta Beach is in better shape than when it was completely trashed Memorial Day weekend. So the county actually ran a big social media campaign, Trash In, Trash Out. And on Lido Key, where crowds packed in for the Sarasota Grand Prix, volunteers handed out bags to encourage festival goers to take their trash out with them. In contrast, on Memorial Day weekend, they simply had put out extra dumpsters and cans when Siesta got trashed. But we are getting some video in from viewers that a lot of glass on the beach. You're not supposed to have glass out there to start with.
That's illegal.
What are people thinking? I mean, I really, it does concern me as an environmental kind of person, why people would think it's like they pick up their trash and they recycle, but if they're at a public event, why not look for receptacles? Why not take things with you? I don't understand. There must be a breakdown of some point, right? There must be
I hear my mother's voice saying, pick up your own trash. If I throw it down, I hear my mother in my head say, pick that up.
Trash all the time.
But it's the same concept as, just not littering in a public place.
Yeah.
People will use a napkin or throw something out the window while they're driving. It's just
Disrespect.
not realizing that this is
Disrespect of
ours.
everybody else.
Yeah.
And you have to take care of the world just like you will take care of your home. You wouldn't just drop something in your house, so why would you drop it outside?
Do we think they're drinking? I mean, is that part of the reason
No,
why
it's
they're
a matter of
carelessness?
lazy.
No.
They're
No,
just lazy.
but to be on the other side of it, I did go to Siesta Key this weekend, and it was not as bad. So And I did see little trolley things going around picking up and emptying some of the containers. But the fact that there is still a lot of garbage out there just shows how much room we have to grow.
Disrespectful.
Right.
I think that's
Yes.
I think that's
I
the
agree.
word.
Not caring about anybody but yourself. So I think we all have to start thinking more about that.
Hopefully, and certainly encourage others too. I mean, there were obviously bags being passed out. You know, you see somebody drop it, be like, "Yo, here's a bag, pick it up."
Why is it so hard? I don't get
Yeah,
that.
I don't get it either. It's sad though, that's for sure. Well, medical marijuana is on hold for another 60 days in Sarasota. City commissioners decided Monday night to ban dispensaries for 60 more days to allow staff time to recommend locations and numbers of allowed dispensaries. So the delay is really about zoning, not about the concept of medical marijuana. It appeared that most, if not all, commissioners actually voted in favor of the state amendment. Now, there are 3 open dispensaries in the Tampa Bay area. Does it bother anybody that this is taking so long?
It bothers me. I feel like people that really need it shouldn't have to deal with the bureaucracy of surrounding it. And I do understand that, you know, growing up, we all had a different connotation when it came to marijuana and cannabis. But as things progress and we learn new science, we have to adjust. And I think that there's like that old regime that don't want to adjust and accept the reality that their people are using this as for medical purposes.
Well, I think we need to get it right, though. We need to put these in the right place and to get the thing right from the beginning.
Yeah, but
then there won't be problems.
But if it's
when
your
it opens.
kid that's suffering from seizures and your kid has been suffering from seizures for years, how much longer does that child have to
Right.
wait? And when you talk about other medications that our kids are addicted to and the other things that are
Right.
impacting them, which is safer?
Right.
Well, here's my thing. What do they think is going to happen? They're all worried about placement. You know, you have to have a prescription. You have to have been dealing with the doctor for 3
the
months.
connotation.
Well, I think it's who's going to sell it.
It's the
That's the thing. It's who's going to sell it. It's not is it going to be sold, but everybody's fighting to get
I mean, they're
their
not going to be
little
lined
piece
up
of
down
this.
the street from the
can't sell it
hood.
because you can't get you can't even get the license to sell it without going through the state.
I think, though, sometimes it's good that people admit that they're not prepared. So maybe they really just aren't prepared. Maybe they really don't understand the process. Maybe they do need to be more aware of what they're doing and to do it properly so they don't mess it up. So I don't know, part of me goes, well, if you're not ready and if your staff isn't prepared and they don't know how to handle it, maybe it's good that they take a breather.
We'll see what happens in 60 days. I guess we'll see
In
if they
60
can get it.
days.
Yeah, you get 60 days. So we are not having enough babies in the U.S.
What?
Beth, get on it.
Boy, I
Sound
did
like
my
my
part.
mom and all my friends.
Some experts claim, though, that is heading us as a country towards disaster. According to the latest census data, the number of women giving birth is at a historic low. Experts worry that a shrinking population will lead to fewer workers and a smaller tax base. Some are calling this a national emergency. Here's why. The birth rate is actually below replacement level. That's when a generation can replace itself. The reasons? More teen contraception, millennial women not having kids at this point, and more women with a career emphasis.
Oh, this is ridiculous. We need more service workers. We won't have more people to service. If there are fewer people, each person will be more valuable. What a great thing it will be for the environment.
She said population control.
It's a good thing. But it makes sense to me numbers-wise because we know the baby boomers are a huge generation, and we know that the current generation's not having as many babies. So obviously there'll be fewer people here. I don't know if that's a bad thing either.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
China just had this issue the other day because they had gone to the one-child rule per family, and now they've realized that was a bad decision because they have too many older.
Yeah, because they're all boys.
Yes, they all wanted boys.
So you can't make more babies.
Boys don't take
so
care
now
of
they
their
have
parents.
undone that whole concept, and I guess we have, arbitrarily just did it randomly.
Right.
But most of my friends don't have kids, and we're all in our, upper 30s, close to 40s, and we still don't have.
And that's not
the
saying you
force.
won't. You just haven't yet.
Well, according to my gynecologist,
I love phrases that start with that.
my time to do that is very slim at this moment. So you never know.
Well, and that is true because honestly, but with this story came all the statistics. It's like 72% up to age 30, 54% that you will conceive without help, up to age 35.
Without a man.
Without a man, without medical intervention. So we know that our bodies are made to have babies in our 20s, but our lives are not made to have babies in our 20s.
Yeah, I was 37 when I had Kathy, so you've got time.
And I
You've
forgot.
got lots of
No, she's 37. and she needs to get on.
I just totally forgot to have kids. The whole thing. I just forgot.
You just forgot.
It happens. Well, I have enough for all of us, so you're all covered. How's
There you
that?
go. You're helping the ratio.
Well, between
everybody.
Stephanie and I, we have 9.
Yes.
I only
This
birthed
is
2,
good.
so I
birthed 2 too.
I
and
think
have
you
2
should only count the
stepchildren.
2 you birthed, because
It's all
another
about
mother will count
We're
them.
not responsible.
Well, those are bonus
What?
babies, Jeffrey. You get bonus babies.
Do
when
I
you
get a bonus
married.
baby?
It's almost like your taxes. Someone else is counting that.
Well,
person.
exactly.
You can't count
I
them
don't count the
too.
kid I don't get a tax break for. You are exactly right.
I get
I
it.
love them dearly, but there's no financial benefit.
How
there.
did we get the finances out of
don't
this?
know.
This is
Out of
an
control.
odd.
I turn everything into a financial conversation.
I've been accused of that as well. All right, so first there were baby boomers, speaking of generations. Then came Gen X, now millennials. Well, there's a new group kind of in the middle. If you were born between 1977 and 1983, you're a Zennial. It is a micro-generation that bridges the old and the new. I love the concept for this. So Zennials had a great childhood. They were outside, they weren't glued to social media, but the tech boom arrived in their 20s, so now they are tech savvy. They kind of bridge that gap.
Oh.
Does this make sense?
I'm that.
Yeah, I thought of
Look
you.
at that.
I don't see the difference. You know, I look back at my step-grandchildren who are in their 20s. I think they would have been sometime in that. And they seem very much like I was at that age. They're hard workers. They're very, very driven. They're great at having fun, though. So I don't
But
think
that's
you
not
can
the
divide
point.
generations.
The-
I
what-
think we're all the same.
They're just
No,
saying that
I don't
these
agree.
kids had their childhood changed drastically because of technology.
Right.
So and that didn't happen to us. We
didn't have it
I
yet.
didn't understand technology. I still don't. So I think that's they're realizing, wow, these people's lives are a little different because of their lack of
Well,
technology.
Beth is in the balanced area.
Yeah, so I'm in that area that we're talking about. So I remember when there weren't cell phones, and I remember when there were 8-track players. But at the same time, by the
how.
time I got to college, we had the first social media kind of things, but my little brother has never known when a cell phone
Right.
didn't exist. Never not known social media.
Right.
But when they were putting this show together, I said to our boss, well, Beth and I are exactly the same. We're exactly alike. And he said, you're not exactly alike. You're 40 years older than she is.
You just don't
I
feel
think
like it,
like
and that's
she's
But
okay.
technology,
But that's
some
the thing,
people
we don't realize that we do have a lot of similarities, like when we think about things. But I don't know, I still think it's a generation.
I agree. I do think it is, because you remember life without it, and the
Yeah.
kids that are 10 years younger than you have no clue what life was like without technology. And I think we're a lot more resourceful because we did have to cope at a time without technology.
And we had to learn. My mom's 86, and she loves Facebook, and she gets online. So in some regards, it's good. Sometimes people spring
Absolutely,
to it and love
it's
it.
okay
and
that
some
things
don't.
move on. Although,
Yeah.
you know what I think is sad? Nobody knows how to use a library anymore. And I know that makes me sound like a big
I have a
fuddy-duddy,
library card.
But they don't go to the library. They
Yeah.
don't know what card catalogs are. They don't do research because they
But
have, they
libraries
Google.
Sarasota County libraries are busier than they ever have been. By
Well, that's 'cause it's
thousands
Sarasota
and
County.
thousands of people.
But
no, they have different things there. They
Yeah,
have
they have
different
computers
different,
and
yeah.
But
All
they're
right.
busier than ever. Isn't that amazing?
It is, but
Yeah,
then I
it
don't
is.
think they're doing research in World Encyclopedia.
No, they aren't.
Now I know how old
Not
I
sure
am.
they have
Encyclopedia
those.
Britannica.
Remember
yes.
when they would walk around and try to sell those and people would buy them?
I do.
My mom bought a set, and I used it daily. I used to
You
page
didn't have
through
any
it.
other
Nothing else to
choices.
do. On the
Yeah,
farm,
exactly.
there was nothing else to do.
All right, well, Broadway star Ben Platt is facing some criticism. He's the Tony Award-winning lead in Evan Hansen. So audiences are complaining that when they hang out at the stage door, after the show, he doesn't come out and do meet and greets. He's being called a prima donna and much worse. He says the show takes a physical and mental toll. He does this show 8 shows a week. And others have come to his defense and said, hey, by the way, stage dooring is not a right. I thought this was very interesting. Do we think we have the right to stalk people
No.
on
Well,
stage, at their jobs, after their jobs for a hello?
Jeffrey, people didn't used to come out after the show and stand up
No.
and shake hands. This is a recent thing.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think a part of it, speaking of social media, are people that are they want that picture and they want that autograph.
You're right.
There's always been autograph seekers,
Yeah.
and there's always been those people that will stay at the stage door to meet their fan. But I think that was usually, you see in the movies, you know, there's 3 or 4 people waiting for someone at the door. And if you see the videos, you know, sometimes there's 50 or 60 people standing. They have special, you know, guard gates.
And they all
for
want
them.
selfies because
And
they all want to
want
brag.
selfies, and they all want, I mean, so I think if you're into it, that's great. But I think, God, give the actor a break.
That's why I feel.
It's like a whole nother show.
It's nice. It's very polite if they do it, but it shouldn't be mandatory. It's like tipping. It's
Right.
like, you know, you can be if they feel that need to be nice and polite and come out and show whatever support to their fans. Great. Yes, it would be nice if they did, but
Well, and Ben has said the show is his #1
Right.
priority. So if he's fried, if he's drained, first of all, he's not going to be polite anyways. You know, he's not going to feel like being nice, so why do it? And second of all, that's his job, is to do the
Right.
show, not
Yes.
shake hands.
Yes, yes. I don't think they should have to.
But I think sometimes if
it might affect the show though. Because
might
if
al-
people think he's a jerk, they're not going to want to see it.
mental health, though, is a challenge.
agree.
And you got to tell you, some days you just can't put on the happy face. And after a show like that, after doing, you know, 8 shows
Right.
a week
He
for
may
7,
just be done.
He might just be done. Give the guy a break.
All right, well, speaking of a happy face, check out this reaction as a toddler tries carbonated soda for the first time. I love this. This is the first introduction to Coke. And oh, it's got a little bite. Oh, wow. Yeah, a little sugary
Look at
on the
her
backside
eyes.
there.
Yeah, Daddy.
Oh
She's
my
like,
gosh,
oh,
this
yeah.
made me laugh. Linda, I have to ask, do your grandkids drink pop?
Never in their life, and the oldest one is 9. They have never
Oh, okay.
tasted it.
Well, then I don't want to admit what I've done. I am a Diet
Look at
Coke
her
addict, so
eyes.
my kids have always had this, but that was hysterical.
That is
But think
cute.
about it, the bubbles for the first time, what that feels
Look
like.
at her eyes. She just like she got a fix of
That
some
was
drugs.
like me on Saturday night.
This is why I'm addicted to Diet Coke. No more questions coming to your way. All right, it's our 24-hour forecast, and when we come back, Suncoast for sale.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. A few showers starting to pop up now on the radar imagery and are going to be moving toward the coast like we saw yesterday. Scattered showers and storms. Not a lot going on right now into Manatee County, but you can see that activity down in Sarasota County and also into Charlotte County near Punta Gorda, also near Port Charlotte, heading off toward Inglewood. Not a lot going on right now, but I do expect these storms to fire up a little bit more so as it runs into the sea breeze here in just about a half hour or so. You can see that sea breeze now has cleared the interstate in Manatee County just east of Lakewood Ranch. That too is going to start to fire up as it connects with the East Coast breeze in about a half hour to an hour from now. So showers are in the forecast through this evening. Right now it's hot, 90, and the dew point 76 makes it feel like about 102 out there. Winds are out of the west at 13 and the pressure at 30-11, and that is on the rise. As far as temperatures go, it's hot all over the state. It's 97 right now in Tallahassee. More on your forecast coming up at 5.
The Suncoast consistently ranks in the top 10 hottest real estate markets in the country. But what part of the Suncoast is really the most popular? In today's Suncoast for Sale, Realtor Andrew Haddad brings us properties that are the most coveted in this area.
That's right, the most sought after neighborhoods. And you ask yourself, what defines a sought after neighborhood? Well, again, we got location. Top rated schools are going to be a big factor. We have access to amenities. And then the aesthetics of the community as well. You want it to look good. And then finally, I wanted to add the character and personality of a community. You know, when you can drive
Yes.
through a community
Yeah.
and
And
you
you
kind of
can
get
see.
that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So
Feels
we've hit the list on all 5 of those on all these houses today. So
All
I'm
right, well,
pretty
let's go
excited.
into it.
All right, here we are in Sarasota. This is the Enclave, so great price, $417,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,200 square feet. Gorgeous house, as you can see. Stainless
Yeah,
steel,
that's nice.
46-inch appliances. And again, the location here is beautiful. We got Brazilian flooring, and this is right across the street from A-plus rated school, Tatum Ridge Elementary. So again, gorgeous area, great house, good value at $417,000. Next, we are going to Oakleaf. Now, if you haven't been into this community, it's gorgeous. We have 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a little over 2,600 square feet. You're going to see 12-foot ceilings. The architectural niches in this house are phenomenal as
That's
well.
beautiful.
We've got a private pool. It's got the open floor concept, island bar, and again, this is close to everything. So Sarasota Middle, Ashton Elementary, again, phenomenal area. Plus, you're very central in Sarasota, which makes it an ideal location.
Wow.
And then finally, you're going to see Red Hawk. Now, this is right across the street from Twin Lakes Park. Again, beautiful gated community, $569,000. This house was actually just listed, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, over 3,000 square feet. So all these houses are huge.
Beautiful.
You're going to see on the inside, we have the stainless steel, the granite counters, beautiful flooring. and the tall vaulted ceilings, which makes this ideal. So again, excellent location. This one's also about 10 or 15 minutes from Siesta Key Beach, which puts it right in a great, has that the amenities that are nearby as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so when you talk about coveted neighborhood, what defines a coveted neighborhood?
Yeah, well, it's kind of, it's all the things we're talking about. I mean, first of all, I believe school districts are a huge driving factor. People probably, what we see in the industry, a lot of people are making moves before their kids are getting into that elementary and the middle school. They want to be established. They do have school choice, yet at the same time, they want to make sure their kids are going to great schools. Luckily in Sarasota, I don't know if you knew, our school district got ranked #1 in all of Florida.
Wow.
Really?
So
I did
that
not
is
know
a
that.
really, really big deal. My wife's a teacher, so I keep me up to date on
Well,
that.
and
Told
bring
us
that
several
resale.
times.
Even if you don't end up needing the schools
Absolutely.
the whole time, that certainly helps
That's
your
right.
resale.
You're
And then
exactly right.
what about the west of the trail? Because I
Yeah.
heard that's also an area that's coming.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Our next one is west of the trail. Now, you know this area, close to downtown, close to Siesta Key. This is just under 600,000.
Wow.
Now, this isn't $1 million homes are on the same street of this property, but gorgeous in Granada Park. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, plus a den, over 2,200 square feet, open floor plan. You're going to see a very posh, contemporary style kitchen, brand new windows, recently been fully updated, so plumbed, electrical, everything's been updated. And again, we're in that area, Morton's Market, hop onto Siesta Key, walk to downtown. That's the amenities people are looking for. So a great value in that area specifically.
Well, none of these properties are extremely expensive either.
No, I'll tell you what, for the area, they aren't. So, and then wait till you see this community. Trillium, absolutely incredible, 624,900. This is just east of I-75, yet it's in a great school district. Look at this. This is a fully custom home, oversized home site, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. 3,700 square feet. Again, prime location. We have our three-car garage. I mean, and the pool area, very private. So everything in here is just incredible. Again, this is the price point for a huge house like this in a top-rated school district.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that pool.
All right, Bobeth, I have the finale coming up right now. This is the dream home is actually going to be on Siesta Key.
Wow.
This is actually a pre-construction to-be-built home. The reason I brought this is a John Cannon exclusive home, $7.8 million. So this is the house that's being advertised that can be built on a waterfront lot on Siesta Key, which you're going to see that as well.
Wow.
So again, beautiful. It's nearly 4,500 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. Again, chef's kitchen. Everything is done up to the 9. John Cannon does a phenomenal job on outfitting these homes with the trims and finishes.
Yeah, it's 7.8. I'm
I know,
hoping
right?
so.
But it's amazing that there's still land that you can
There
build
is.
like this.
Well, it's so interesting. You're going to see a picture in a second of the land. This is actually part of the Ralph Twitchell estate on Siesta Key, which is right on the Gulf of Mexico. If you don't know Ralph Twitchell, he was actually noted the father of modern architecture. So that house is slated to be built on this home site, again, right on the Gulf
and
of
it's
Mexico.
been empty, or did they raise some?
It's all cleared. Yep. So then,
Ralph
Bobeth,
had
that's
extra
your view
land.
right there. So.
That's really cool.
Oh, this is amazing. Well, you guys want to get any more information about any of these properties, contact Andrew at searchsarasotahomes.com. And next, we have a preview of Players Summer Camp. We'll be right back.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you. Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope. and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
There are many very busy kids this summer, and the Players Summer Camp is presenting Once on This Island Junior, and summer campers are telling the story of a peasant girl falling in love with a wealthy boy. Let's take a look.
Daddy, give her what she wants. Give her what she wants.
All right, Jeffrey, tell us about summer camp.
I gotta tell you, one of my favorite things about running the Players Center for Performing Arts is our kids. They are amazing, and we do 2 summer camps every year, and each 4-week camp ends in a performance. So this, what you're seeing now, is Once on This Island Junior, which is a beautiful play, a beautiful story. You've heard it in many different ways. You know, it's falling in love with somebody that's not of your class, and how does that work? And it's about prejudices and different things that, you know, that we all go through. The kids are expressing themselves through song and dance.
We went to rehearsal, so that was
You
without costumes.
Yes.
That whole bunch of kids on stage, but they were wonderful.
And what a great way to spend your summer. You know, perfecting and working on a skill, learning something new, hanging out with new people.
Sitting down in bed or something.
Well,
learning how to communicate.
And it's challenging. And I taught playwriting last week, and I had them direct their short little plays. They were literally, this directing is hard, Mr. Jeffrey. I'm like, I know it's hard.
Oh,
So
I
it's-
think you're so good with the kids. That's wonderful. So you can get a look at what these kids have been working on. July 7th is the performance of Once on This Island Junior at the Players Center for Performing Arts. You can get tickets and information on their website. Coming up next, a fashion show from Camel and Beth.
Yay! I love fashion shows.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC 7?
I like ABC 7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news. The local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community-driven.
Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go.
Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Just go do it. Go do it.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Rocky from Yo Sushi. And Chef, I have a question about Yo Sushi. Explain to us all the different colored bowls that we see when we join you.
Well, you see, the concept is, we have a lot of fresh sushi on the belt. It's only on for about 2 or 3 hours at max, and then we take it off and refresh it. There's 7 different colored bowls, 7 different colored prices, ranging from $3 to $7. So it's really good value. On Mondays, we have our Blue Mondays, which is an even better value, $3.50 plates on the belt all day long. There's a lot of vegetarian options, a lot of vegan options, a lot of freshness. It's a really good concept.
All right, it is a great concept, and we look forward to joining you to cook in just a few minutes.
Can't wait.
Earlier this week, we got to have a fashion show from a local American designer. So it was perfect for celebrating the 4th of July. We want to introduce you to Camelin Beth. She's from right here in Sarasota when she stopped by.
Our next guest has a passion for design that began when she designed her own prom dress in high school. And now she has her own international fashion line that she operates right here on the Suncoast. Welcome, Cami Levitt from Camelin Beth. Welcome, Cami. I mean, I'm so inspired by you because me and Stephanie are wearing your designs and we are in love with them.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful dresses. So tell me where you get your inspiration from.
Well, living here in Sarasota, Florida, I get a lot of inspiration just from our local scenes. We live in paradise, so there's always something to get inspired by. But I also get inspired by vintage photographs or pictures from the past. I love seeing classic design.
Well, walk me through some of the steps because I feel like you have like a whole process that, you're not telling us.
Yes, so I start by doing the first sketches and the first actual sewing sample here in Sarasota, Florida. Then, once I have the samples finished, then we take our samples to market. We're showing now in New York, Atlanta, and Dallas market. And that's where we have appointments with buyers across the U.S. and some international as well. And that's where we're able to show off the collection and get our purchase orders from buyers.
Are you primarily being picked up by, like private boutiques at this point in those markets?
Yeah, mostly all just small, independently owned boutiques, which is a great way to show off the look.
Absolutely.
But we also sell to one department store in the Midwest called Von Mar.
Congratulations. Sure, that's
we all know that one.
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
very
it's
big
a beautiful
deal.
store. Yeah.
And I know you said you use the Suncoast as your influence, but does that come through with the colors or like things like sand or the beach or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the colors, especially you can tell right now a lot of us are wearing the nice cool tones from, you can see in the ocean, the sky, but I also draw a lot of influence from just my travels. I'm always in New York just for our manufacturing and being there for the shows. So seeing the modern woman from New York all the way down to Sarasota, Florida, it's great to draw inspiration from women all over.
All right, well, speaking of inspiration, you have some models here with you, and they can show us really what the dresses look like.
Yeah.
So tell us about the different looks that we're about to see.
All right, so we're going to show you 3 different looks. Our first look is a classic style that is very day to night. So we love to do dresses that are versatile, where you can wear them over and over again. It's not fast fashion. You're not going to throw these dresses out after the first time you wear them. So this style is great because you can wear it to work with like a little blazer over top, and then you have dinner plans afterwards, no problem. Throw the little sash around the waist and some heels, and you're good to go for a night out.
That is nice. I like that.
And the material is very movable.
It is, so that's really important to be comfortable, because these are special dresses and you're going to be wearing them to very special events, so comfort is very important. So I make sure that most of our fabrics have a great stretch to them, so they move with you, and you know,
And
if
it
you
looks
end
like
up,
it doesn't wrinkle. That's what I want.
that's a good thing.
It looks
yes,
like that'd be a
yes,
good thing.
absolutely, yeah.
All right, let's go to our next look.
Gorgeous, thank you.
So our next look is a cocktail look, which is our bread and butter. If you ever have a cocktail dress, I hope that Camel and Beth is what you think of first.
Oh, great.
So this is a great little style. It's very classic, and then we have the flirty little details on the shoulder with a contrast
Very cute.
underneath. So
Very cute.
this is a great little style that you can wear even for a summer wedding too. I think red is still, especially in Florida, is a great color to wear to a wedding, especially if it's something like this too.
And ladies, am I right that with a dress like this, you can accessorize it in multiple different ways? So depending on the cocktail party you're going to?
Yeah, you probably can just layer the necklaces and do all sorts of things.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's nice that all the styles can dress up or down, because I don't like buying things that I can only wear to a cocktail party, because then you don't wear them enough.
Exactly, no. And we want you to be able to wear them, you know, for several seasons. This dress even you could wear during the holidays again.
Absolutely.
So it's, yeah, they're definitely dresses that are designed to be worn multiple times.
And they look comfortable, so you're not suffering through the day.
That's gorgeous.
Thank
All
you.
right. And this one I've been eyeing a lot. I love this train.
Amazing color.
Yes, so this is one from our evening collection, and we do a lot with sometimes bridesmaids dresses. We also do evening wear. This one's really nice even for mother of the bride. It can kind of go a lot of different ways. That's the beauty of a nice classic design. So this one's a great look, though. It has
The high-low is stunning.
Yes, it is.
It's fun, yeah, and it works well for, you know, Bonnie here is very tall, but even if you're shorter, it's nice because the shorter underlayer, it doesn't stump a petite girl, so it still looks really beautiful on all sizes.
And if you're feeling sassy, you can throw the
Yes, exactly.
That's gorgeous. A great color, too.
Oh, I love that color.
Well, but Beth and I are certainly honored to have some dresses on as well. So you want
Yeah,
to
so tell us what we're wearing or what's that.
Yes.
You mentioned that this was one of the first dresses that
It is. So you're wearing our
designed.
go-go dress. So this is one of my first designs, and still it's the most popular. I keep thinking that this is a season, people are going to be tired of it, but it's great though. It has a fun little flirty ruffle that goes around the neck, and then in the back there's a nice little button detail. So I know you're a little bit...
Got microphone
Yeah.
stuffed back down there, but you can see the detail.
Yeah.
I guess it's not reversible.
That's
It-
gorgeous.
I love though when a design is just as interesting in the back as it is the front, because when you're at a party, people are seeing you from 360-degree angle, so it's great to look good from all sides.
And I like that it's so
And what about
comfortable and movable.
mine?
The color
Yes.
on Bobette's is gorgeous.
Yeah, so this is a new color for us. It's a teal color, and this is also the same as the red version, but most of our styles we do in multiple colors, and it's kind of funny how just changing up the color gives it
Makes
a
it
whole
a
new
whole
look.
new
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the sleeves, the
I
line.
love
It's
it.
great, yeah.
Bobette,
All
like
right.
it was made for you.
Well, thank you. Well, let's call up all the models and come back up and take another look at everyone's designs. I mean, just
Beautiful.
beautiful. I didn't see the flare on the bottom of this dress before. That is very
super
flirty.
And Cammie, you
Very
mentioned
cute.
that you name all of your designs so that if we're looking at your store or online, we can find them by name.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That's a great way to shop.
Well, you definitely can visit her location in downtown Sarasota, one of her little boutiques, or you can go to her website, CamlinBeth.com. And next, you're going to have to make an appointment to get to her location, and we'll be right back.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Vilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. An explosion and plume of smoke at an Air Force base in the Panhandle. Why officials felt they needed to evacuate the area, plus the latest on that investigation. And the state-of-art fire station in Northport, state-of-the-art fire station in Northport, when the $3 million facility will open. Now, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. Not many showers and storms around right now, and there's a little drier air in place in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, so we're not expecting a wide outbreak of storms, but there will be some. In Manatee County, not a lot going on there right now, but the East Coast breeze will make it all the way over to the West Coast. We're starting to see a little bit more near Inglewood, as we said earlier. Northport, over south portions of Northport, getting some rainfall there, and also just along the border of Manatee and Sarasota counties, all progressing toward the west. Well, much more on the rest of the week's forecast coming up.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Okay, so we often celebrate some of the more unusual daily and monthly holidays, and this one seems appropriate for us. July is Cell Phone Courtesy Month, something we all complain about all the time, people on their phones. We're all connected, but what exactly are the manners and the rules that people should have? So, kind of a roundtable discussion here. Okay. I'm going to propose a scenario. You're going to tell me if it is okay or not okay, and you have to be honest because there are no really right or wrong answers. Okay. There's just suggestions.
It's just whether you have class or not.
Exactly. Yes. We'll determine if you're classy or not classy. Or not. Just kidding. All right, so you're out to eat and your phone rings. Is it okay to excuse yourself from the table to take the call? Okay or not okay?
Okay, is it an important?
No questions.
You don't know who it is.
Not okay. Not okay across the board, and that is what most people say.
Yes.
They say the polite thing to do is turn the phone off immediately. Now, obviously, if you know your kid is with a babysitter and the babysitter calls, I'm sure there's exceptions, but most of the time. Yeah.
Not okay.
Because you're tracing the other person over the person.
Phone down.
It's not that easy. Okay, next scenario. You're on a phone call. Let's say you're at the grocery store, you're checking out at a store. You're in line, it's your turn to pay, blah, 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 blah. Is it okay to stay on the call? Okay or not okay?
I do it, I'm ashamed.
Yes, everybody admits to doing it. I go with the focus. See, I do get off the phone there because I can't do that many things at once. And I mess something up.
I am ashamed that I do that, and I'm trying to stop.
Yes. Okay,
I usually don't, but I have done it.
So can we go to my peeve that all of a sudden sometimes they're at the checkout counter and the lady doesn't realize that she needs to pay? So can we talk about that?
Oh, where she doesn't get off her phone
Let me go through my purse and look for my things.
That's a different issue.
But what I do is, if I am on the phone, I'll put the person on hold. I say, hey, I have to check out, and then I put everything on mute, and then I'll go through the process.
Okay. So. See, and I don't want to be on the phone because the cashier screws up, and I want to be sure and tell you when you've screwed up. I'm sure that makes them happy as well.
There's a double charge there.
Sure exactly. Okay, here's another one. You are on a crowded bus or train, and the phone rings, is it okay to answer
So
your
why
call?
do I have a standard not okay
on
already?
a bus or trip? I
Not
think that
okay.
is okay. I disagree.
I don't want to hear your conversation.
Yeah.
And
Don't
you're
listen.
in my space.
I don't care if you want to hear it or not. It's my call.
But it's in my
But it's a
space if
personal
you're that
space,
close.
Yeah.
No, your space is here. My space
But
is
if I
here,
can
and in
hear
my
you,
space, I'm on the phone.
But your voice is coming over into my
Yeah.
space.
And I know every word
It depends on what you're talking about.
50%.
Okay, how about it? Would it be okay if I participate in the conversation? Because
Yes.
if it's okay for me to participate in the
I think that's a
conversation,
good point.
then it's okay for you to do it. Because
All right.
if you're going to,
I-
speaking that loud, I'm going to say, no, she shouldn't come over.
There's often
know?
times when I'm talking to somebody very quietly, and it's not going to interrupt you at all.
I could hear every
Just
word
like
you're
that.
saying.
This
You're
one
right
went
here.
half and half, by
It
the
did.
way, in the survey, as
Oh,
it did here. So
okay.
that makes
Yes.
sense. All right, here's another one. You're expecting a call, but you have to go into a work meeting. So you put your phone on the table in the silent vibrate mode. Is it okay to get the call? Now, this is hard for us because it could be a news story, but let's assume it's not
personal. It's personal.
Let's assume it's personal.
No,
Not okay.
No.
I agree. It's not
Because
okay.
they-
Not
they're
okay.
saying-
You really wanted to say okay, though.
That your personal life is more important than your job, and you're
Right.
being paid for that time.
So here's what I would do: is I would let it vibrate and see who called.
Text him back?
No, and then just so I would know. But really, what is that accomplishing? Mental torture
Because
for me.
everybody is seeing
Yeah.
seeing your eyes go down. You don't think people see you, but they do.
We're all juggling though, so I think there is a level of I have that, okay, good, but I can still focus on you at the same time. I think that it's okay to check it to see exactly who that was. It could be an emergency.
I think you do have to explain it if it's your boss or something.
I mean,
Well-
but you're going to be out of the meeting soon. Just wait till the meeting is over.
You've got 2 or 3 minutes, hopefully.
Well, you've said on this show before, when my kids blow up my phone, we do it at the same time every day, and they still blow up my phone.
Yeah.
So why do you answer?
I
And
don't,
then
if we're talking, because
and then
it's happening as we're doing this.
And then you tell them the same thing. Hey, I'm taping, and you hang up. So
Like
they'll
the,
figure
like
it
the
out.
episode
You're
when
not
my phone
available.
rang.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't
Okay, so here's the best one of
Okay.
all. Is it okay to talk on the phone in a public bathroom? Our producer, Joey, I love this, calls them stall call. Do you continue your conversation as you enter the bathroom?
No.
I'm very guilty of that.
You can hear the toilet flushing in the bathroom.
Okay, everyone urinates.
I always
you don't wanna
I
hear
always love
other
it when you're
people.
talking to somebody and their voice is really, really hollow. And
You
you're
can
like,
always tell.
Are you in the bathroom?
That's sort of disrespectful.
Well,
to
I
the
don't
person
do it
you're
if it's a
talking to.
professional call, but to my family, I absolutely
You
do
can
it.
hear the echo.
Not okay.
You can hear the echo.
No.
Nice talking with you.
I'm going to do it just to gross you out. All right, coming up next, we're going to take a look back in time with Decades Rewind.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve. Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
The official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Download yours today. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining. Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
So the 1960s to the 1980s are considered the golden age of music. Hundreds of songs have stood the test of time, so we're going to take a look back with Decades Rewind.
Where would you be now? Ain't got no trouble in my life, no foolish dream to make me cry. I'm never frightened or worried.
They stopped by to say hi to us, and you can see them July 7th and 8th at the Manatee Performing Arts Center. Tickets available online. Okay, it is finally time to head to the kitchen. We are going to visit Yo Sushi.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. Explore amazing merchants on the Suncoast. Find great prices, products, and services. Go to mysuncoast.com to buy local today. ABC7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com. ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast. From our studios on Florida Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Another big holiday crowd leaves a mess on Suncoast beaches.
You know, it's a nice place to come. I don't know why people want to trash it.
Group of volunteers descending on area beaches armed with trash bags will look at how successful this annual cleanup was. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, traffic's backed up on I-75 in the southbound lanes near Fruitville Road in Sarasota because of an earlier crash in that area. Now over to Bob for a look at our weather.
Yeah, I was watching you. Here's what's going on right now. Some showers starting to pop up. We are seeing some activity, not all that strong right now. They'll intensify throughout the next hour or so as the East Coast and West meet here. You can see that East Coast moving over. Not as many storms around this afternoon, and that's a direct result of some drier air that's in place. We'll let you know about this dry air coming up at 5. See you then.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction, to Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Coming up Thursday at 4 on Suncoast View, an invasive species is eating native Suncoast fish. We'll learn how lionfish are impacting our coastline, plus how the 2017 Lionfish Derby will help. It's a trip down memory lane with pop songs of the 50s and 60s and the marvelous Wonderettes. Plus, how Goodwill is helping female veterans, and Sharky's on the Pier is in the kitchen.
And welcome back. We're here in the kitchen with Chef Rocky from Yo Sushi.
Greetings once again.
What are we going to do today? I'm so excited.
All right, so first off, we're going to make a homemade yakisoba sauce, and we're going to add that to a yakisoba shrimp yakisoba noodle dish.
Okay.
So we can start by adding garlic and ginger to the food processor.
Okay.
Just dump all that in there. It's okay if it all doesn't come all in. Beautiful.
Okay.
That's a imported garlic puree.
Okay.
And we have here our ginger, fresh ginger, freshly sliced.
Smells so delicious.
What is this? That is rice wine vinegar. We're going to add that right in there. Just pour it all in. And
You're getting out of order.
It's okay.
Next, okay.
That's our light soy sauce, low sodium.
I knew you were going to spill this, Linda. That's why I'm doing
That
it.
there is Bulldog brand tonkatsu sauce. You can find that in your local Asian market.
And I sprinkled this.
That there is a 7 chili 4-seed blend sashimi powder. It's a chili powder. You can put a couple shakes in there.
Is
It's
that
all
gonna,
right. We're not shy.
Is that going to like melt your face?
There you go. No, it's not too bad.
Okay, go
All right,
for it, Jeffrey.
turn that on. All right, while that's processing, we've got a hot pan right here. We're going to add a little bit of oil to that. Be generous with it. It's okay.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that should be good. All right, we're going to add that to that. And then we're going to wait for it to start shimmering. And then the first thing we want to put in is the shrimp. Shrimp and then the vegetables.
Oh.
So we want the shrimp to get a little hot before we start putting other veggies in. Let's crank this up all the way up there.
Like you got like heat going there.
Okay. All the way up. Then we can add our veggies in.
Okay. So obviously, since we're cooking, Yo Sushi is not just sushi.
No, absolutely
there are
not.
hot meals as well.
There's sushi on the belt, there's salads on the belt, desserts on the belt, but you can always order hot food to order, and we'll bring it to you freshly made right away.
Well,
Let's add a little bit of water to that, too, and get that sweating
I
good.
feel like I forgot an oil on that side.
That's okay. All right, add a little bit of water. Good.
Okay.
Keep stirring that around. So the vegetable mix that we're using here is shredded Napa cabbage, shredded julienne carrots, julienne red onion, and julienne red peppers.
Okay.
Okay, we can get that going around right there. Good.
And I see that
Want
the
it to
shrimp are
cook?
turning colors.
Yeah, you want it to get nice and pink before you consider it done. So we just let it sit for a little bit and actually absorb some of the heat that's going on in the skillet, which
Put your hand in the
seems
pot.
to be, yeah, it's okay. I got gloves on. It doesn't really hurt. All right, when that going here, we're going to put some noodles in once we have it nice and cooked.
Well, while we wait for that to cook, you want to go through some of the other sushi
Yeah,
rolls
well,
that you have?
here we have our ebi roll. It's a katsu fried shrimp and shiso yukari on the outside. This here is the actual shrimp yakisoba dish that we're going to be developing right here.
Wow.
This here is our salmon dragon roll. It's got fresh salmon belly skin over a California roll, which is toasted sesame seeds and avocado on the inside. This here is one of my personal favorites. It's our salmon skin roll. It's really crispy. We call it bacon of the sea. We sear it up on the flat top and get it real crispy with the sashimi powder and Cornish sea salt.
Wow.
Really good stuff. All right, looks like we're getting nice and cooked right here. Give it a little toss.
Yeah, I definitely could not have done that.
Yeah, please, Beth, don't
Add
do
all
that.
those noodles in there.
And
Give it a
then-
little toss around.
And then you want this, is this going there?
That's just the finished product. I'm going to take that with me, actually. But we have the finished product in this bottle as well. So let's add that to the noodles.
You just sous-chefed his dinner line.
All right, let's throw some of that yakisoba sauce in there for the finished products. Be generous with it.
Yeah, lots
Load
of
it up.
sauce. We like the sauce.
There we go. Looking good. All right, best
Yummy.
way to get this all mixed up, same thing, toss our pan.
And those shrimp are turning pink.
Yeah, we want them nice and pink. Nice and pink. All right, evenly cooked, looking good.
Oh,
Look
Beth,
at that,
you're
I'm a
doing,
chef.
oh, Beth, you're doing such a good job.
You
Can I get a job?
Oh, incidentally, we are hiring right now.
So if Babette's not here tomorrow, you know what?
I'm taking Susie.
She got a better offer.
All right, now we just
right.
plate her up and then ready to rock and roll. Get a nice generous portion of noodles, some shrimp in there and some veg.
That looks wonderful. Bobette, do me a favor and hand me that red bowl in front of you carefully because that is warm there. That is because I need to put a candle in the sushi for our birthday boy.
For the birthday boy.
Pass it on down.
Wow.
Jeffrey's celebrating his birthday.
Here's my wish, is to spend it with lovely ladies just like you.
Aw, as you got to. So may you get more fireworks in the year ahead
Thank
since those
you.
make you so happy.
Thank you, thank
And
you, thank you.
for joining us. Be sure to go visit Chef Rocky at Yo Sushi. Colored
Oh, that
bowls,
looks so
different
good.
prices, fresh sushi, and lots of hot entrees as well. Thanks,
Look forward to
everybody.
having
Great to
delicious
see you.
birthday. Thank you.
Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Bye-bye now.